Hey guys, how's it going? Got a couple people in here. Hey, Mr. Wild. Um, I've never done this before on YouTube, so maybe just ask me some questions to get it going. Can you hear me okay? Looks like we got a couple people in here. See if you guys like my pigeon shirt. Why do the Panthers own the Caps so bad? It's got to be just one of those teams. How and why did you get into hockey, and what was the journey fun? Um, I started skating when I was 2 years old. It's kind of the thing to do when you're in Canada. Grow up watching hockey, breathing hockey, playing hockey. So when I was 5 years or 6 years old, I started playing organized hockey, and it was kind of all I really wanted to do. And as the journey went on, it just got more and more competitive and more fun. So it's definitely lucky to have a little bit of a career and play hockey as long as I can. What was it like playing with Wardo? Oh, it was great. He's an awesome guy to play with. Loved his glasses of wine on the plane ride home after the game, and his fancy cars, and now he's got his own wine company. So what is some advice for a first-year Bantam hockey player in Minnesota? How old are you? So first-year hockey player, or no, first-year Bantam hockey player. So what? You're 14. It's a big age. I mean, you want to be getting as much ice time as you can, getting ready for every game. I would say the most important thing is having confidence out on the ice, and if you're getting lots of practice in, working on your shot every day, and staying in good shape, I think you'll have more and more confidence on the ice. What was it like playing in Europe? It was a lot of fun. I started out in Russia and moved on to Switzerland my last year. Playing in Europe is definitely different. The ice is bigger and the fans are crazy over there. It's kind of like soccer. All the fans are going nuts, banging on drums and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun playing overseas. I liked it a lot, traveling around and getting to see what type of cultures they live in and stuff like that. Do you follow any other sports teams closely? Nothing too close. I mean, I'm mostly just really into hockey and watch a lot of that, but I'm starting to get more into football, a little bit of NFL. I've always been big into golf. I usually play golf in the summertime and when I'm not training. So it's kind of, you go work out in the morning and then after you go play golf. So it's summer is always fun. Hey Tyrese, what's going on? Who did you look up to growing up as a kid? Definitely my parents. I think they were always great, taking care of me and getting to me my hockey practices and all that. My dad played hockey all the way to the college level, so he was always helping me with the on-ice stuff, and my mom was cooking and getting me to every single practice and every game. So So those two to start, and then I always loved watching like Jerome McGinley and Wayne Gretzky play. Being a Redskins fan is unbearably painful, I bet. What is my favorite college hockey team? I don't know too much about college hockey. Was never really recruited or anything. It was I wanted to go straight to the WHL, and I think it sounds like some fun teams to play on would be the new Arizona team. Wisconsin would be a cool team to play for. Any of the teams in Boston. Uh, what's your favorite NHL team? I still follow up with Carolina quite a bit, and probably the Calgary Flames because I'm from there. So, if you were to return to the NHL, is there a specific team you'd like to sign with? Tough to say. I think I would basically take any team at this point. I'd prefer a nice warm city, but playing in Canada would be pretty cool. Top of the list would be Calgary, signing back in Carolina, or maybe Florida or LA or something like that. UMaine's the best. Yeah, I've heard good things about that school too. Does anybody have any fitness questions for me? I'm kind of getting into this new business where I'm creating fitness plans and nutrition plans and stuff. So I've teamed up with a couple health professionals and trying to help some people get in shape. What's your plans moving forward? Anything you'd like to still do involving in the game? Yeah, I definitely want to stay in the game in some circumstance, whether that's coaching or scouting or possibly at this point maybe getting into the fitness and helping young kids do drills on the ice and stuff like that. So how long do you do fitness per day? Depends on the day and the time of year. During the off season, we're usually in the gym 2 or 3 hours, and then we go from the gym. Usually, kind of relax and either play golf or go home and start back up the next day, 5 6 days a week, and usually at least 2 hours. What's the best diet to lose weight without starving or eating rabbit food? I definitely don't starve myself, so I think you have to be eating good, clean foods and training a lot. That's the way that you ideally want to lose weight. But a lot of people are trying different methods, like intermittent fasting and trying to limit carbs and gluten and stuff like that. I still eat 4 to 5 meals a day and train my butt off, so that's a big part of it, but definitely want to be eating good protein and stuff. Been playing hockey for about 11 years now. I'm started to go to my weight room in school. What is good routine to do with a 6:15 a.m. morning practice? Ooh, that is a early practice. Oh man, I don't regret those days, or I don't miss those days. Getting up that early before school. I remember when I was really young, before like grade 8, grade 9, my dad would rent the ice out and a bunch of my friends would go out and we'd play on the ice before school. So, yeah, you got to get some type of breakfast in before that if you can and warm up. It's an early practice and you want to have some type of carbohydrate and maybe some eggs and oatmeal and stuff, but it's tough to eat that early. So if you're consistently working on that, it might take a little time to get used to. But um, what's your opinion of the slingshot power play? I'm not 100% sure what that is, so maybe if you could explain it a little bit. Hi, banana friend. Carissa Miles Boychuk, my twin sister. Is your fitness plan targeted towards athletes or is it appropriate for everyday people? A lot of it is targeted towards athletes, but we're also creating programs that are for everyday people, people that want to work out at home, people that just want to get into fitness, people who have gym memberships that want to go to the gym and at least try and do some workouts that are like similar to mine. Um, for a lot of the hockey style workouts, it's tough for an everyday person to do because you don't have turf and squat racks, and a lot of gyms are kind of limited. So it all depends on what you have to work with, and we're building fitness plans and nutrition plans for everybody. So, got any advice for a high school freshman goalie? Um, Stop the puck. It's as simple as that, isn't it? I would say, like, if you can try and get some reps before practice, I think that's really important. You don't want to go into the practice cold. You kind of just get off your rhythm right away. So if you can get somebody to take you out there before the practice starts, and you get a few shots, couple in the glove hand, couple in the blocker, I think a lot of guys in the pros like to do that. If you can't do that, maybe honestly, like, go back where the Zamboni is, put your glove and blocker on and see if somebody will shoot a tennis ball at you to try and get you ready. But a lot of guys are doing eye exercises and lots of different things before they go out and practice, and especially before games, you need a good routine as a goalie. It's a pretty important position. Bands or weights? I've used both. I think warming up for me is great using bands, but I like to push a little bit of weight, especially during the off season to try and really build that muscle. But during the season, you could stick with mostly bands and keep your muscles nice and limber for being on the ice. What year did you play for the Hurricanes? I played on and off between 2010 to 2016, something like that. 5 or 6 years, maybe close to seven. Um, you're a true legend. Well, by the way, thanks for the like on Instagram. No problem. Slingshot is when you get possession of puck and make a pass behind into the D zone. Yeah, is that the breakout you're talking about? Yeah, you get a guy that carries up the puck and then puts it back. When was your last NHL game? That was like 4 or 5 years ago now. Been playing overseas. Okay, yeah, the breakout. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, a lot of times it helps you get the zone with control, but I think you got to mix it up. A lot of teams read that. I think like back in the olden days, you'd kind of swing guys with lots of speed and hit them breaking in. So that also works, especially if the D are trying to hold up the zone and try and not let you get the blue line. But I think if you use both techniques on the breakouts, you'll find a lot more success. What are your thoughts on the Canucks? I haven't watched a lot of the Canucks this year. So they've always had the last couple of years pretty young, exciting team. Watching like Pedersen and all those guys. So one of my good buddies, Brandon Sutter, is on that team, and it looks like he's doing pretty well this year. So the Hurricanes have 26 shots on goal, and they haven't scored a goal yet. Sounds like the Hurricanes. They pretty much outshoot every single team, and they still can't score. I don't get how that works, but they had such a good season last year. I think they're going to be good again this year. Are you interested in going into coaching? Yes, absolutely. I want to play hockey as long as I can. Right now, I'm trying to find a team overseas, so got my agent working on that, and still having a lot of fun with it. I'm still really healthy. I've only missed 3 games in 10 years professional hockey, so I feel great, and I'm just ready to get back at it. Did you see Scott Darling left the NHL to play in Australia? He went to Australia. Wow. That sounds like fun, actually. Um, I've heard great things about that country, and I'm sure the hockey's just getting better and better. He's probably going there to have some fun and get back to his roots, where hockey is supposed to be fun. Is there a big difference between the NHL and the KHL? Yeah, huge difference, especially just because of the ice surface, style of play. A lot of the Russians play a skill game, not a lot of hitting. They actually play fairly defensive, not very aggressive. A lot of the games are 1-0 or 2-1. Kind of a lot of it's pretty boring hockey, but it's definitely a lot different than the NHL. For a player being an PBAA player making Bantam B1 team, what's your advice to get back to the AA team next year? I think the biggest thing for you is to have as much fun as you can. I think you're going to go down to this level and dominate, and you need to take every game really seriously. You need to light it up and try and do some camps in the summer to work on your skills and get stronger and to learn a few things and practice as much as you can and try and get back to that AA team. But right now, you just want to have fun and try and dominate. I'm getting into working out and I wanted to get some advice from you, but personally, I want to talk to you about training and working out. You're my idol, man. Here's my snap. Um, yeah, ask me some questions about working out. I think it's definitely becoming more and more popular nowadays. A lot of athletes have to train pretty much year round, and um, even when you're younger, you don't want to be lifting heavy weights, but you want to stay active and work on your mobility and play a lot of different sports and get ready to train all different aspects of your hand-eye coordination and stuff like that. So it's an important time for sure. My high school is looking for a new coach next season. Hopefully, I'm still playing hockey next season. But um, what has been your favorite player this season out of the whole NHL? Um, I still just like watching McDavid. It's crazy how much speed he can generate through the neutral zone, and I don't think there's a better player in the game to watch right now. Maybe McKinnon. He's pretty good. Drop the link on your Twitter post for peeps. Thank you. I appreciate that. How many points do you have in the NHL? I'm not too sure on that one. I think I played 130 games. I might have had 30 points, 20 points, something like that. Nothing too crazy, but I was always kind of an energy guy that did well in the minors. But um, do you think Caps made a big mistake when they let Trotz walk? Yeah, I think so. That was, I mean, their new coach is good, but it's tough to follow in Barry Trotz's shoes. He's a pretty great coach, and he's got that proven record. Um, Worst goal horn to hear in the NHL or AHL? I probably Chicago's. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Or is it just their goal song is annoying? Any crazy stories from the KHL? Been a few crazy ones told on Spittin' Chicklets. Also, are you going to go on the pod? Yeah, we have lots of crazy stories from the KHL. Um, Probably shouldn't talk too much about it just because I might be playing there soon or playing overseas. I don't want to get in trouble, but yeah, I'd love to go on their Spittin' Chicklets podcast one day. When you're on the Hurricanes, what do you think your favorite team to go up against was? Favorite team to go up against? Probably Montreal. Love playing there. It's usually a pretty good rivalry with Carolina. Um, like playing Pittsburgh too. Do you think the Sharks are terrible? I haven't really been paying too much attention. I think they had a rough start, right? And then they signed Marlowe and been getting a little better after that. But covering PA right now for the finals. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Best NHL or AHL goalie you played with or against? Um, Best goalie I played with was probably Marc-Andre Fleury, and the best goalie I played against was probably Martin Brodeur, and I scored my first NHL goal on him, which was pretty cool. Right now they are 5-10. Yeah, that's not ideal. Tuukka, have I ever scored on Tuukka Rask? I don't think so. I think I scored on Boston, but I don't know if Tuukka was a goalie. He's still in North Carolina or somewhere else. Yeah, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, trying to get some warm weather, even though it's starting to cool off down here. It's a little too cold back in Calgary, where I'm from, and it's pretty close to the beaches and mountains and stuff here, so I like being able to go outside and play golf and walk and stay active. Um, Ever thought about officiating if you can't play? There's a huge push for ex players. Yeah, actually, I know a lot of referees and even ex players now that have gotten into it. I think it's an interesting thing. I don't know if it's a job for me. I'm kind of a mental midget and don't know if I'd be able to handle a bunch of coaches and fans yelling at me. I don't. I think it's a tough job and you're traveling a lot and it's hard work, but it's definitely something that a lot of guys are considering. Not sure if it would be for me, but would be a kind of a cool profession to do. I was in Boone the other day. Nice. NHL totals 127. Yeah, 30 points. That was pretty close to what I said, I think. I lived in PA for 9 years of my life, and I always wore shorts, even in the snow. Well, you must be pretty warm blooded if you're always wearing shorts. I think you're pretty crazy, pretty tough guy. I don't like it here in NC. Why not? Too cold for you? Is anybody watching hockey right now? Maybe turn a game on, see if there's anything good to watch. Hurricanes just scored. Dougie Hamilton. He's had a good start to his season so far. Might need to turn that on.